as long as I kept moving forward, I could save everyone. I thought I was strong enough. But why does it still hurt? Why does this world keep taking the ones I love? The sky itself seems to dim as he continues. If my power can't protect them, then what was the point of everything I've done? His words hang heavy, crushing, raw, far removed from the demon lord, the monster, the savior they knew. And for the first time, Rimuru Tempest isn't feared or revered. He is simply a soul begging for one more chance, one more miracle, in a world that has already taken too much. And at that moment, Veldanava stretched forth his hand and tore Rimuru's soul from his body. The world froze. Time itself refused to move. Satisfied, the creator turned his back, already preparing to leave. For what threat could remain once the soul was gone? Then a voice echoed behind him. You think removing my soul is enough to kill me? Silence followed. Power surged where nothing should have existed. A will remained, unbound by flesh, unbound by law. I was a monster before I had a body, the voice continued. I ruled before I had a throne. The soul did not fade. It multiplied. You created life to obey the rules, Rimuru said. I exist beyond them. Veldanava stopped. For the first time since creation, the god hesitated. If a soul were enough to define me, the voice whispered, then I would never have reached this far. Veldanava's attack was a multi-dimensional continuous attack, capable of sealing off escape. My soul was stolen, but at the last moment, only my poor heart, my ego, was expelled into Veldora. That's how I survived. There was nothing I could do in that state, but I remembered something. Pseudo-soul. I had to try. With Veldora's help, I placed a pseudo-soul into my empty slime body. While projecting my consciousness onto it, I revived myself. And now, I was back. Ciel was gone, but True Dragon Liberation remained active, so I could still use the combat abilities she prepared for me. I took a breath, and faced forward. Veldanava looked at me sharply and asked, "Why are you on par with me?" I answered without hesitation, "Because I'm strong. Yes, I am strong. That's what Ciel always told me. If I didn't act like it, I'd disgrace everything she entrusted to me. Truth is, I was terrified. But even pretending to be confident made my fear lighter." Sensing this, Veldanava frowned slightly. It's truly amazing. A tiny being that never existed in the past can now rival me. I smirked. You're praising me, right? But there was no time to relax. This was the strongest enemy I had ever faced. I focused everything I had, gathering all my will, all my determination. No tricks, no feints, just a direct strike. I unleashed it. Hope, Elpis, a pure, straightforward attack. Simple, but containing all of my resolve. Veldanava blocked it with his own power. For the first time, our clash was even. Shock waves tore through space. Light and darkness spiraled around us. And in that instant, I felt it clearly. I can fight him. I won't lose here. My fear disappeared. I finally understood what I had to do. I tightened my stance, eyes locked onto Veldanava. This time, I'm going to win. Veldanava no longer had any interest in the world. It had taken his beloved wife, Lucia, from him, and that alone was a sin beyond comprehension to the god of creation. If you're doing all of this because of Lucia, wouldn't it make more sense to just reincarnate her yourself, Rimuru? The only threat to him asked. But Veldanava explained that it was impossible. Lucia's soul had already reincarnated into countless fragments across different worlds. Because of that, Veldanava found only one way to bring her back, by destroying all worlds themselves. Only then could he reincarnate Lucia into a new and better world in their place. He would destroy everything that he created. After all, that was his right. Veldanava thrust his sword sharply, and at the moment Rimuru blocked it. Rimuru was engulfed by a gentle sensation. His consciousness faded, and he collapsed into a slime as Veldanava took Rimuru's soul into his hand, shining faintly in the suspended world. Holding Rimuru's soul, Veldanava frowned. I'm surprised. It seems this Rimuru guy also possesses a fragment of Lucia. In that instant, Veldanava was dragged into the sea of thoughts, where two voices echoed. Startled, he muttered, "Could it be Lucia?" A calm voice answered, "No, that's not true. I am Ciel, the Manas, the wisdom core, who exists for the supreme Rimuru-sama." Ciel continued, "Master is all-powerful, but with me around, he couldn't fully accept his own achievements. Therefore, I used you." Behind Ciel, Veldanava sensed a presence he knew well. "Are you really Lucia?" A gentle voice replied, "Yes." Ciel gathered the fragments of my soul and restored me. Then Ciel explained everything. Ciel combined the many elements that had gathered around Rimuru, as well as the Lucia factors that Veldanava had collected, and succeeded in recreating Lucia. Shizue Izawa, Hinata Sakaguchi, Chloe Obel, and several others had fragments of Lucia's genes scattered throughout them. They had all been collected through Rimuru and then Elpis. It's a name I've only recently heard. A cheeky slime stood in front of me. The name is... Veldanava suddenly remembered something. A conversation I once had with Lucia. What should we name this baby? When asked this question, Veldanava answered with a happy feeling. That's right. Wouldn't Milan be good? Wait a minute. Why had I forgotten? That was before Milan was born. Veldanava had certainly spoken another name. Now that I remember that, I'm convinced that it was all inevitable. I see, surpassing his parents had been achieved. The child of the Creator was scattered, reborn far from divine eyes, hidden within fate's blind spot. With a human's death, a slime is born. The world shakes. That soul resurfaced as Rimuru Tempest, a seemingly harmless existence that evolved with every challenge, every victory, every kill, until the sealed divinity inside him began to awaken. This was never chance. This was the rise of Veldanava's heir, a god reborn in the body of a monster. With the final impact shot, Rimuru is crowned in the celestial flame of creation. the world does not face a demon lord, but the true dragon of the creator god himself. A divine calamity destined to rewrite existence. Ivaraj, the dragon of destruction, begins absorbing everything. Not eating, but reverting things back into their original state. Veldanava understands he cannot escape. This is his punishment, the final consequence of all the mistakes he made. His loneliness, his selfishness, and the chaos he spread across the worlds. But then Lucia appears beside him. Hand in hand, they accept their fate together, as Ivaraj slowly pulls them in. Lucia comforts him. Veldanava's heart softens. He feels peace for the first time. It's okay, because there is hope for us too. Hope. LP. Further evolution of Void. God Azathoth, Rimuru's supreme skill, was powered up by harnessing the vast energy of Turn Null and integrating the factors of the True Dragons. Enhanced control over True Dragon cores. Ciel facilitated the use of a powerful sword art by concentrating the full spiritual strength of Veldora, Velgrin, and the pseudo-Veldanava into a single incredibly powerful blade, essentially using them as power cores. Soul consumption and preservation. The soul consumption subskill of Azathoth was used to devour Ivaraj's soul, preserving her within his imaginary space. This prevented her total annihilation and allowed her to be reborn in the past, eventually leading to the causality loop where she becomes his ancestor. Transcendent existence. By defeating Ivaraj and absorbing her chaotic essence, Rimuru solidified his position as a being that surpasses Veldanava's original power. In the final volume of Tensura, the era of balance came to an end. After Rimuru defeated Ivaraj, also known as Iavaraj, Guy Crimson declared his ascension. Rimuru Tempest was no longer merely a demon lord. He would stand as the great demon lord, the one who ruled above them all. Milim and Ramaris voiced their support without hesitation. Luminous then delivered the decisive argument. Rimuru's influence had grown so immense that even his subordinates now rivaled demon lords themselves, rendering any opposition meaningless. She further stated that de Gruel would raise no objections, effectively speaking on his behalf. Dino accepted the decision without resistance. The final confirmation came from Leon. Admitting that he could not even perceive how the battle had ended, Leon formally acknowledged Rimuru as his superior. With that, the Octagram was broken. They were no longer 8 demon lords standing as equals. Rimuru stood above them, with 7 beneath him. Thus, the Octagram was dissolved and replaced by a new order, the 7 luminary sovereigns, marking the end of balance and the beginning of an era ruled by a single slime.
What's up, guys? So yeah, this is the end of Octagram React to Rimuru Tempest Volume 23. Next part will be a compilation of part 1 and part 2, along with I will bearing all the ships and Rimuru returning back to his original world. So yeah, that's it. Like and subscribe for more.